This was her first time on the street. Helpful co-workers adjusted her posture. They lifted her skirt and finally took her hand. Just like that, she had her first client. That night, the madam brought her a large tip. She took it and set it on fire. That flame consumed the innocent girl she once was, but it ignited the rise of Mumbai's mafia queen, the legendary Gangubai. She was a real person. In the 1960s, a time when women's status in India was extremely low, she rose from the brothel to become a district head. She met with the Indian Prime Minister, fighting for the rights of the red light district. To this day, her photo is still revered there. For Gangubai, such achievements were no surprise. She was born into a wealthy lawyer's family, one of the few educated girls. She fell into this life because she fell in love. He was her father's employee. Learning of her Bollywood dream, he lured her to run away, promising her connections. The naive girl believed him. She followed him to a cramped, dark building. He said he'd get someone. As she went upstairs, all she heard was the door slam shut. Her body, her dreams, and her trust were sold by her lover for 1,000 rupees, about $11, to the madam known as Sheila. Seeing the girl starve in protest, Sheila was unmoved. Most women here shared a similar fate, tricked for money or sold to settle debts. Disobedience meant starvation or beatings. After a few days locked up, even if their bodies were untouched, their reputations were destroyed. Those who fled home would be hanged by their families to cleanse the family's honor. This place was a city of the dead. Once you entered, you could never leave. The young girl understood this. So on the 6th day, she stopped resisting. She applied powder and makeup and actively welcomed clients. The innocent girl named Ganga after the holy river was gone forever. Renaming herself Gangubai, she quickly rallied. She began using every method to make men open their wallets. In just a year, Gangubai's nose stud was upgraded from steel to solid gold. Pure gold earrings she casually gave to colleagues. These were tributes from her admirers. And also the capital Gangubai was accumulating. Even in this trade, she refused to be enslaved. Then Sheila urged them to start work. But Gangubai stood up and demanded a day off. Even business deserves a holiday, she said. One by one, the girls followed her lead, a clear sign of the respect she had earned. To Sheila, this was a blatant challenge. Revenge came swiftly. A worker reported. A suspicious-looking man was asking for Gangubai. Should we turn him away? Sheila immediately stopped him. She knew what he was there for. So when Gangubai entered the room, the man pushed her against the wall. He pulled out money and a gun. Cries for help soon turned to screams. The entire brothel was alarmed. Sheila pretended to bang on the door, pleading, but refused to call her enforcers for help, letting the sounds from the room grow worse. The next day, Gangubai was hospitalized. With broken bones and over 20 stitches, Sheila feigned regret, saying risks came with the job. But Gangubai knew it was deliberate. Sheila thought this would teach her a lesson, to curb her boldness. But she never expected. It only strengthened Gangubai's resolve to rise up. From her sisters, she learned the man was in a gang. Before her wounds fully healed, she went alone to confront the man's boss. The woman tore off her sari. The gang lord across from her was stunned, not by her figure, but by the long, vicious scar running down her body, inflicted by his man. The casual lord instantly turned serious. He offered her compensation. This was exactly what Gangu had anticipated. She had learned he was an unusual gang leader. He often held public hearings, listening to people's grievances, but she wanted more than money. Before leaving, she gave him a protective thread, a symbol of the deepest bond a woman can offer a brother. He was deeply moved. He immediately declared her his sworn sister, posting guards to protect her day and night. This umbrella of protection, Gangu did not flaunt. She was waiting for the right moment. Seeing the greed on Madam Sheila's face, Gangu silenced her sister's arguments. After Sheila left, she told a sister to have her guards contact the Lord. Then she walked back into that room. Screams echoed from the room again, but before Sheila could drown them with music, the roar of a motorcade erupted outside. The Lord had arrived. His men broke down the door, dragged the man into the street, and in front of everyone, beat him to a pulp. Then he left, leaving the man for Gangu to judge. Gangu's victory was absolute. It broke Sheila's spirit completely. Not long after, the woman who lived only for money clutched her lifeblood and departed this world. The women then came to Gangu, presenting her with a spotless white sari. It was more than a symbol of status. It meant greater responsibility. From that day on, the 27-year-old Gangu, clad in solemn white, became the revered Madam Gangubai. She began riding in a Bentley, adorned in gold, patrolling the streets and alleys of the area. Madams begged her to discipline unruly girls, but she gave the girls a real choice: stay and earn money, or risk being sold out by their families again, and insist on going home. Many still chose to leave. Gangubai didn't dissuade them. She paid their debts and had them escorted home safely. Her men told her not to waste money. Gangubai simply smiled. "They don't understand," she said. She was building power. To protect these women, she needed both the underworld's financial muscle and the legitimacy granted by the authorities. Gangubai planned to run for district head. Her rival Razia was seeking a third term, a hijra, a sacred third gender in Indian culture, revered as divine messengers. Her campaign felt like a blessing procession. To defeat her, Gangubai needed to boost her reputation. She publicized her work rescuing innocent girls. It worked. Razia sent enforcers to demand a meeting. The battle was officially on. Both sides played dirty. Razia reported Gangubai's illicit businesses, ordering raids on her brothels. Gangubai, learning of Razia's speeches, would rent a film projector and screen free movies for the whole district. They were locked in a stalemate, unable to land a decisive blow. Gangubai knew that to defeat Razia, she needed a major victory. And then she found it. On the rooftop, she found an iron cage. Inside lay a girl unconscious. Gangubai recognized her. She was the daughter of one of her sex workers. The mother was desperate. This was the red light district. Men with ill intentions lurked here daily. Her daughter had just turned 15. If they saw her, she'd share her mother's fate. But who would marry a woman from the brothel? Gangubai refused to accept that. She already had a candidate in mind. A young tailor from the slums. Though raised in the red light district, he was surprisingly pure-hearted. Just taking Gangubai's measurements made his heart race. The story unfolded as expected. The innocent boy fell for the world-weary madam, and her wounded heart found solace in him. Now he was the best choice she could think of. Not only did she trust his character, believing him to be a good man, but he couldn't be her lover forever. They could never truly be together. Gangubai brought a dowry of 350 grams of gold and 50,000 rupees. She went to propose the marriage. The boy's family still hesitated.
அதுதான் நானும் சொல்ல முயற்சிக்கிறேன். இதான் உன்னோட மருமகளா இருக்க முடியாதுன்னு. அம்மா ஒரு விபச்சாரி, ஆனா ஒரு பெண் இல்ல.
Finally, the lavish gifts in Gangubai's influence won over the parents. The first wedding in the red light district was set.
நீ ஒரு அதிர்ஷ்டசாலி அன்பி. உனக்கு ஒரு தாய், இப்போ ஒரு மாமியார், அப்புறம் கணவர். உண்மையை சொல்ல போனா ஒரு போட்டியாளரும் கூட.
Task completed. Gangubai left. The young man chased after her car. He poured out his heart to Gangubai, asking if she had betrayed him for votes.
அது ஒரு பெண்ணாக 100 ஆப்கான்களை தியாகம் செய்ய தயாரா இருக்கா. நான் இறங்கணும். இல்ல, கொஞ்சம் இருங்க.
Soon the grand wedding was held. Gangubai watched from above, witnessing the end of her own love. Later, she was elected district head. But this was no victory. Gangubai found the people here had no basic rights. Banks refused them accounts. Troubles mounted. Builders teamed with local schools to drive the women out, claiming they were a bad influence, but really aiming to build commercial complexes. As for Gangubai, she calmly took the children to the principal's office to enroll the girls in school.
அந்த விபச்சார விருதியை செய்யறது எப்படி அவங்களுக்கு கல்வி கற்கும் உரிமை என்ன அத பத்தி நீங்க எதனா பொறுப்பேத்துக்கிறீங்களா தந்தையே
They scorn the women of the red light district, yet block the girls from escaping this life. Is that just... The principal was speechless. He had to agree. This incident caught a journalist's attention. He soon went to interview Gangubai. He saw the girls returning home early. Gangubai said nothing. She called the girls over. She asked the journalist to take their photo. The photo was published quickly. It sparked widespread debate. The journalist encouraged Gangubai to attend a city women's conference to amplify the issue. Gangubai was nervous. Right until departure, she memorized the speech he prepared. But after reading one line on stage, she tore it to pieces. She wanted to speak from the heart. She denounced the denial of basic rights. Hospitals, schools, banks, even supermarkets rejected them and their children. Now even their homes were being taken.
அப்ப அத கங்குபாய் முடிவு செஞ்சது என்ன நான் அதை வீடாக விக்கிற மீனும் விட மாட்டேன் என்னோட குழந்தைகளுக்காக கல்வி உரிமை கிடைக்கணும் அப்புறம் அந்த கண்ணியத்தோட வாழ்க்கை உரிமை
Gangubai won the audience's support. Her fame grew. A politician sought her out through the journalist. He saw her influence and wanted her community's vote. He promised Gangubai that if elected, he'd arrange a meeting with the Prime Minister to address the forced relocation. This was exactly what Gangubai wanted. On the day of the meeting, Gangubai was tense. She hadn't left the district in 15 years. The journalist asked why. Gangubai said she had always hoped to encounter the man who sold her. Her former lover. The hatred still lingered.
அதுதான் மக்களுக்காக போராடவும் மக்களை பத்தி யோசிக்கவும் வைக்குது எல்லாத்தையும் அணைச்சிடும் உங்களுக்குள்ள இருக்க அந்த வெறிதான் அதுதான் மக்களுக்காக போராடவும் மக்களை பத்தி யோசிக்கவும் வைக்குது எல்லாத்தையும் அணைச்சிடும்
You have a more important mission now. These words strengthened her resolve. Meeting the Prime Minister the next day, she was direct. She pleaded for the red light district's legalization. The Prime Minister was hesitant, but he couldn't ignore the brutal reality behind the trade.
இன்னும் சில குழந்தைங்களுக்கு யாரும் இங்க வந்துட்டா இருக்காங்க அதை வித்துட்டா இருக்காங்க அது தடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும் அந்த யாருக்கு தானே கிடைக்குது அந்த அப்பாவி பெண்ணுக்கா
Most aren't here by choice, yet they're stripped of all human rights. Her words moved him. He granted her request. When Gangubai returned, everyone celebrated her. Those who loved her, and even former rivals. Gangubai was no saint, but she truly spent her life protecting her community of women. History books might not give her a prominent page, but the streets have their own ways to remember. Her story will live on here, far into the future.